1 year ago, several states were just starting to clean up from the devastation caused by Hurricane Helene. The storm hitting the U.S. as a major Category 4 hurricane, it made landfall in Florida's Big Bend region. It went on to cause destruction across Georgia and South Carolina before triggering historic flooding in North Carolina and Tennessee. In total, the storm caused an estimated $78 billion in damage, along with 219 deaths. 1 year later, we talked with the leader of the North Carolina Farm Bureau about how agriculture in the state has recovered from the storm and what lies ahead. Sean Harding is president of the North Carolina Farm Bureau. Sean, thanks so much for being here. I know it's been a long road, a lot of work to be done in Western North Carolina. Where do things stand today?
I think we're doing okay in Western North Carolina. I think things are obviously getting better a year later. As you said, it was a lot of work, and so there's still plenty of work to do. But we've come a long way in now coming up on a year.
Yeah. Talk to me about agriculture and production in that area. How is it recovering? Were folks able to kind of rebuild after this storm, or do you think it'll be another year or two before we're fully back?
Well, it's an interesting agricultural world. So we've got much better crops this year. We've had a better season. Corn, those kind of things look really good. Apples had a little hail issue in the spring, which is something they deal with a lot. But I think long term, we're concerned when you look at things like Christmas trees. And again, I mentioned orchards. These are long term crops. And so what will we see in 2 or 3 or 4 years is still a concern.
I know one of the questions we had early on was around this idea of aid and whether or not we were able to get the aid to the people that needed it, or even get the workers in there to do the work that we needed done. How has that gone? Have we seen any improvements or any movement there?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. Again, it's such a massive cleanup effort that it's ongoing. It's still ongoing a year later. And we all know, when you deal with varied forms of government aid, it's slow. It's slow to come in. But for the most part, I think farmers are doing okay. Our state stepped up and provided some financial relief for our farmers. And I think checks just started to go out last week on some of those farms. So it's still a lot. I don't want to say that everything is back to normal, because it certainly is not. But I'm pleased with the efforts. I think those farmers understand that people are trying to help.
Well, and it's such a challenging part of the country, and maybe people don't realize how difficult some of that terrain is to get around and to get over and through. Talk to me about what the future holds here. I know one of the things we mentioned before we started was, hey, you'd like to welcome some folks back?
Yeah, I really want to make an effort to make sure everybody understands that the type of agriculture there, a lot of it is based on agritourism. Pick your own apples, or pick your own Christmas tree. And some of the things that go along with tourism are so important to that area. All of that left last year, understandably. If people were concerned, it's all the pictures to not go. Western North Carolina is open. And I would just encourage people from around the country, if you're choosing a place to visit, that'd be a great place to visit and help those folks out.
All right. Well, I love that. And thank you for the invite. I'm sure a lot of folks will be headed that way. And Sean, great to talk with you. Appreciate the update. Have a safe harvest out there.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.